Hello guys, in this video we will be designing a full adder using the structural style of modeling. Now let's look at the circuit of it. Now this is the circuit of a full adder. Here A, B and C are the input bits and sum and carry out are the output. Now we would be requiring two XOR, two and one OR gate. Now this is the equation of the sum A XOR B XOR C, and the equation of the carry out is A and B or carry in and A or B. Okay, now let's start writing the code. Now after creating the module, you would be seeing this. So here you need to give the inputs and output ports A, B, C in, sum and C out, which is a carry out. Now after declaring these, now you need to specify which of the ports are inputs and outputs. For that, input ports are A, B and C. These are our input ports, and output ports are sum and carry out. Now be careful, Verilog is case sensitive, so use small letters for the keywords. After declaring these are the inputs, now once let us observe the circuit. Now we are using the structural style of modeling. That means when we want a bigger module, now this is a bigger module. If you see, this is a bigger module. Inside that bigger module, we need to instantiate a lot of modules. This is the XOR module, which is instantiated twice, and this is the AND module instantiated twice. Like we need to instantiate these. For that, we would be requiring the wires to connect them, so we need to declare those also. Now this is a one wire, you can say C1, and this is the another wire C2. Now this is the another wire which is C3. Now these are required so that we can interconnect. These are the wires which need to be declared internally. So now let's declare those. Wire C1, C2 and C3. Now what is this wire? Wire is the data type. C1, C2, C3 are the variables which are of type wire. That means they update whenever the output they are connected to changes. So they are continuously updated. Now there are lot of data types. There is a reg data type which is used to hold its value, and this is the wire data type. They come under the net data type. Those are in the net data type. There are a set of data types such as wire, wide, and wire is one of the most common used one. Now after declaring these are the wires, now based on the circuit, if you observe the circuit, now there is a XOR gate being instantiated to which A and B are the inputs and C1 is the output. Now you need to instantiate like that. XOR C1 is the output where A comma B are the inputs. But you need to differentiate between the two XOR. So name it as XOR 1. Right? And you're having the another XOR. Now we are completed with this part. Now let me remove these all. Now we are completed with this part, and for this part we would be requiring another XOR gate. XOR 2, we are instantiating basically. The input to these are, first we need to declare the output, which is C2. Let me see what is the sum is the output, not C2. sum. The inputs are C1 and Cin. Now these are the inputs to the second XOR gate. If you can see, now this is the second XOR gate. The inputs is the C1 and Cin, and the output is the sum. Okay, now we are done with the XOR. Now we need to instantiate these AND gates. Okay, now let's instantiate the AND gates. The keyword is and 1. Now this is the name of the module. Now what are these? XOR 1, XOR 2. These are just the name of the modules. And this is the XOR gate. So what are the inputs to this? We need to write the output first, which is say C3, C3 or C2. What it is? C2. Now this is C3. So C2 is the output, and the inputs are A and B. Done with one instantiation and another instantiation and 2. Now the inputs are, let's observe from the figure, C2 and the carry in, and the output is C3. So C3 we need to write first. Carry in is one of the input, and carry 2, sorry, C2 is this, and we are done with the instantiation of both the AND gates. Now we are just left with the instantiation of the OR gate, to which output is the carry out and inputs are C2 and C3. Or 1. Now you cannot use just OR, because OR is a keyword you are not allowed to use, so you can use OR 1. The output is C out. The inputs are C2 comma C3. Now you are done with the structural style of modeling. Just need to save and click on synthesize. If let's see what happens, whether it successfully synthesizes or it shows any error. If it shows any error, let's check for those errors. Yeah, it has completed with 0 errors. So let's check the RTL schematic. Create schematic. Now this is the full adder. This is the module. If you want to see the inner parts, now this is the internal circuit, which has generated from what we wrote. This is the internal circuit of the full adder. Now this RTL schematic uses the gates and the resistors and time counters, etc., to get the hardware representation of whatever we write. So there are some gates, and okay, now we are done. I hope you understand this. Just what we done was, by just seeing the circuit diagram. Now this is a circuit diagram. Based on this, we have declared the internals. The C1, C2, C3 are the wires. They are internals. For why they are wires? Because if A and B changes, C1 has to change, right? C1 has to change. That's why they are wires. We declared them as wires, and we just instantiated the modules, and that's it. After synthesizing, we got the RTL schematic. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.